Welcome to Oahu. I cannot believe that I actually got back to the Aiea trail, and I'm super happy because, as I mentioned, that I'm trying to see all the places that really got deep into my soul and I wanted to visit one more time before I leave the Oahu. So here I am. Yay! And especially in hot days like that, I'm a little bit like higher in mountains, so it's nice and pleasant, not like down there in the Waikiki and the Honolulu where I've been in the morning. Absolute like madness. The heat is crazy because we are already into June 2024. So as we are approaching July, it's gonna get even more hotter. I guess it's time to leave, right? So I thought that it's only on Waimano Falls that I get this horrible smell of fermented, like rotten little apples. But it looks like it's the season or something. Now that I'm here, I think like a month later, it is different, the smell. It smells like fermented fruits, fermented apples. And it looks like that today it's going to be all about detoxing again. And I feel like I need to make it like a routine, because interestingly, every time that I feel like it's time to detox, I feel like, wow, really? Do I need that again? But I feel like there are new layers that can open up within you. There are things that you encounter in your daily life. And when it comes to my life, actually, I don't see people a lot, just my partner and just my clients that I work with. So not a lot. And this is one of the reasons why, because people can be toxic and, I don't know if it comes as a surprise to you or not, but people don't tend to work on themselves. So they like to stay in their like patterns, maybe the ones they get from the culture, their family, society, whatever. And sometimes when you like spend your time with people like that, they feel good, they feel entertained, but you don't. Like this happens to me. No risk, no price. See, this happens to me all the time. I watch over for, let's call it a karma, just to summarize the process. So I always like see the way how I talk, see the way how I behave. Not always, but most of the time. But I notice that people are not. They can be triggered. They can be like ruled by their emotion. And sometimes it can be, you can trigger people, especially like the more you work on yourself, the more you're going to trigger them because they stay in their limited beliefs, almost like in a cage. And you're out of the cage. And that is already triggering. So you see all the apples are falling. But what I notice is that even years later, sometimes some situations, they can get really stuck. And I noticed some situation like that where I did not act the way how I should and I wanted to, because I was trying to be like polite or nice. You don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings, but didn't really notice that people don't do the same. So I was like collecting all those bad emotions within me. So notice, even within yourself, if you're putting up like weight very easy, no matter that like maybe you have a diet, maybe you exercise. If you get sick really often, if you can put on the weight, if you feel like, it's time to meet some people, but you're like, I don't want to, but I can have to because we're friends. Pay attention to patterns like that, because I had that in the past. Didn't listen to it because I felt that it's strange. But now that I'm cleansing myself and detoxing emotionally, I noticed that indeed it was triggering to me. Indeed, it was not good. It was toxic. So sometimes now I recall these situations and I connect them unwillingly. They just pop up in my head and I just get those delayed reactions, 5 years delayed, 7 years delayed, but I still get myself this time to think about it and let it go. Like almost like complete the cycle. Because when we don't complete this cycle, it gets stuck in our head and you think like, why am I so exhausted all the time? But it's like because on the back, it's like on the back end of your, let's say like your brain is a computer, so it has a limited capacity of memory and actions you can do at the same time. So, like if you know computers, like the processor, how strong it is, all of that. So then you understand that if you have a lot of outdated information you store, it just really, really takes out the space that you can use for some other stuff like self-development, some achievements, those big goals that are there on the shelf waiting for you for a year or 2 or 3. So I guess today it is, sorry for my breath, it's just that I'm walking pretty fast. So today I feel like it's the grounding again and a detox. And this is the reason why I guess I was brought here, because the hike is, as you see, it's more like a walk. It gets a little bit, not steep, but like I have to go a little bit upward. It's gonna get a little bit steep, but not much. I think it's challenging, it's activating, it's great. And it's good to just like get my mind off things, and if things get on my mind, I process them. So I'll continue walking, and I guess what I shared right now, maybe it will give you insights on your situation. Like always connect to your body. It has all the answers. Like, because like when you have symptoms, when you're tired, exhausted, look at those apples that smell not in the best way. Yeah, there they are. There they are. Yeah, but then they get on the ground and then it doesn't smell all that well because it's getting more hot in the day. So pay attention to your body. Pay attention to the cues of whether you want something or not, whether you want people to see some people or not, whether some situation keep coming into your head. I promise you, it's not a coincidence. That's how our brain works, and there's a reason why it keeps on coming back to you. It needs a resolution. So I invite you to find that resolution. Maybe you can journal on, finally it started working. Okay. So maybe you are, sometimes you randomly just like switched on. When I was trying to put it on, it just didn't work for some reason. And now like sometime later it started working. I think you can find this information. I'm just giving you insights, but I guess you can find the information of how to do it actually. Process. There are grounding, there are journaling, there are like writing letters and burning them, stuff like that. It's just so you can examine those situations, and some of them can be traumatic too. So I invite you to pay attention to how you feel, and if you feel like I practice some emotions for myself, and they can be so activating that I almost feel like I'm right in the middle of that like process of that story. It means that it was pretty traumatic. So that may require help with someone like us related to the psychology field to process it with them. Maybe not even a coach, because the more traumatic it is, the more like you need more qualified specialist. And what you see in front of you is the hike that I did recently for the Waimana Trail. I was going like all the way like straight like that, and then at some point I descended like all the way to the valley, and it was so freaking hot, and the smell of this like fermented apples was just not the best. So, and I was looking at the Aiea Trail from over there, and I was like, oh, I really wish I can come back. And I was gonna come back here with my partner, but yeah, I'm alone today here. I actually thought that I wanted him to do that, just because he doesn't travel much, so I thought that I'll bring him here. But then I realized that actually I'm pushing a thing on the person that doesn't want it, but I feel I'm like how do you say, like projecting my idea and my desires. So I was like, okay, if you want it, just do it. And then I was brought here. Actually, I thought that I will not find time to come here, but things shifted a little bit today, and I felt like, okay, this is it. So I'm gonna go and enjoy my walk. And then when more things will come through, I will definitely share with you. So here I am on the top of the world again. I love this amazing view, and I'm so glad that I got this chance to, get back here and just experience this depth and this, like, I don't know, greatness, I would say. The nature here is just so majestic, so amazing. Honestly, I just can't take it. I cannot believe that I'm actually like witnessing it. And what I also like about this hike is that it's not really crazy. I think it's less than like 2 miles for me to get here, and it's not a climb, it's not steep, it's really like nice, enjoying just nice walk that I can enjoy. Yeah, I'm just a little bit wet because it's also the humidity is really, really high right now. So honestly, I think that I would spend a little bit more time in here connecting to this place and I think that I will just secure my camera somewhere so you can still observe me. And just in case I feel like, and I already did that, I feel like I want to, since I'm here up high, I want to give my voice a little bit of space to self-express, and maybe some emotions that will come through, something that just has to be expressed. So if you have sensitive ears, please lower your volume. I might just scream out because I noticed that it's a really good practice, that it's really hard to find space to do, like in the city. And here it's not a lot of people now. And wait, I'll see where I can put my camera. Hopefully I still got some voice on me. I don't know if you heard, so because I took out the headphones, but I was doing all these practices to connect to my body. I was connecting to the ground and connecting to my root chakra, and just trying to get it all the way up through like my whole body. I'm still in the process, and I was trying to connect my root to my throat chakra especially, and all the way through here, through the crown chakra. And I'm still yawning because I'm still in the process. So we are holding to a lot of tension in our throat, in our chest especially, from carrying like backpacks, from like slouching and phones all the time. So it can be physically like that in the body, but it can also be emotional. So what I was trying to do, I was trying to just like, I didn't connect to the emotion much, but I was just trying to let my voice free, just because I always feel like I'm restricted of the walls and neighbors and people and city. And here, all I'm doing is that I'm looking at the mountains and I'm seeing all this depth, and I'm trying to almost like fill it all up with my voice. And just because I am also in the process of healing my voice, healing my identity, and you know, this, as I said, healing and self-discovery, right? So I think as we are growing up, we are restricted a lot with actually also physical environment. So we're our parents, like we're in school, we are told to be quiet, to sit down, and like all these limitations actually that are really affecting our body. So then when we are growing up and I am here alone in the mountains and I feel like screaming out is not good, like I'm actually violating a policy, a law, I'm disturbing someone, and it sits in the body. So how come you can express freely and openly and how come can you understand what you want if you don't express that? And if you think that it's only occasionally that you do that, it's actually a misconception, because if it's, let's say if it's broken, then it's broken. So if you don't speak out your truth, if you're not able to express freely like that, you know, like whoo, then how come could you do that? Like, I know that I'm talking here my story, but I'm pretty sure at 99.9% that you can relate at some, you know, at least in some situation in your life. So maybe you want to take out more space physically, maybe like spiritually, right, with your energy, self-express like that, like whoo, like this, but you don't let yourself. So I guess nature, for me, it's like this healing container that provides me with all the space that I actually need. And I feel like that it gives me enough space to do that. But what I'm doing is that I'm training, because the goal here, of course, is to get back to the real world, to people, to the environment where we all live, and then do that as well. And it's a practice. So despite like your specific situation, maybe you are connecting to your identity, maybe you are actually working on your voice, maybe, like, it just depends on what process you are on and what situation like you're working with, but it all sits in the body. So I would always advise you to do things like that, to like create containers like that. You don't have to be in the nature, but physically, like be in the position of your body how you want it. Like I took off the shoes, I like took off my clothing a little bit, and I'm trying to like get a lot of space with my body like that, and scream out like that, and like do things to let myself to show myself that I'm allowed to do that. And it's a great practice for you to work on your healing, on your somatic healing, but also achieve some goals like understanding who you are, understanding your identity, working on your self-expression, because the throat chakra is really a chakra of self-expression. So I'm going to be going back to my practice and finishing it up. So I'm going to pause here just so I can self-express myself even more freely, but I hope you understand like what I was trying to say. And I guess this is the view. Aiea Trail, incredible place. And I guess I'll see you maybe once I'm out of the trail, to say a few things, to say a few reflections. And thank you for being here with me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. You can listen to this, watch this, and just take it as a meditation. Meditation is not when you sit in this position and you breathe. Meditation is actually when you connect to your body. And how else can you connect to your body if not actually physically taking out space, if not screaming out loud how you want to talk, if like, you know, this is how you connect to your body. I mean, this is also great, especially if you are in a public space, right? But if you have a container like that, a lot of space for you, go ahead and use it, and you'll feel incredible physically, mentally, emotionally. So again, thank you for joining for my practice. Thank you.